Good morning. This is Whitney. I'm at my house. I'm 8 months pregnant, if you haven't seen me. And I have some announcements for you that Barbie is making me shoot, even though I feel very large and bloated. So thanks, Barbie. Good morning. We're happy to see you. If you'd like to connect with us, you can go to thevineyards.org/connect to fill out a welcome card. You can also connect through the Church Center app, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and thevineyards.org. If you have a prayer request, you can fill those out separately at thevineyards.org/prayer. Thanks. Thanks for making me do this Barbie bowl. I'll never forgive you.
God, we thank you for this time that we can come and be with you. God, in this moment, wherever we're at, we know a very little. We're sure of very little right now today, God, but we know that you are with us. And so we pray right now that where we stand, where we sit, that you clean us and that you love us and you allow us to be your children. And we thank you for this time.
We bow our hearts, we bend our knees. Oh, Spirit, come make us humble. We turn our eyes from evil things. Oh, Lord, we cast down our idols. Give us clean hands, give us pure hearts. Let us not lift our souls to another. Give us clean hands, give us pure hearts. Let us not lift our souls to another. Oh God, let us be a generation that seeks your face. Oh God of Jacob, oh God, let us be a generation that seeks your face. Oh God of Jacob. Give us clean hands.
and welcome. This is 425, and we are meeting right now Thursday nights at 6:30 p.m. We do something called bar church or beer church or tea church or love church or whatever you really want to call it. We're just gathering in this space downtown, 425 West Walnut. We start at 6:30 p.m. with some live music. You can grab yourself an adult beverage for purchase at our lovely bar. We also have some local beer on tap. You can get soda or water for free. And then Ben finishes us off with a bit of a message, and we'd love to have you. Masks are required and social distancing will be enforced, and we'll see you soon. Hello, I'm Cheyenne.
Hey, Shy.
Hi, Ben.
I'm Ben.
Well, I took that from you.
It's okay.
Okay, Ben, have you ever wondered
Yes.
how you could possibly get more connected here at the venues?
Are you asking, like, have I ever wondered how I could take my relationship with the venues from, like, this level to the next level?
To the next level. And it's funny, you should ask.
Yes.
Here's your opportunity. Yeah, it's funny you should answer me while I ask. We have something coming up, and it's called Next Level. And we want to get to know you, and we want to give you an opportunity to get to know us.
Yeah. So even if you're not new to the venues and
Right.
you've been attending the venues for weeks, months, years, if you'd like to learn more about us, how to get involved, what's coming up, and just the theology and the teaching and the practice that we promote, you should come.
You should come. And we have a couple of different options. So you can join us on Sunday, October 4th, following service. So at 10:45 a.m., we'll be doing it in person at our Battlefield location in the auditorium. Or if you don't want to come in person, which is fair, what can they do, Ben?
You can watch online. We're going to have an online digital Next Level.
Yeah,
Are we
and
doing
it'll
that?
actually be a Zoom meeting. So it'll be interactive. So we'll post the link, you can join the meeting, and we'll just start chatting. And that one is at 8 p.m. Sunday, October 4th. So same day,
Same
later
day,
in the evening.
different time.
Let's
Live
take it,
one in the morning.
yes, live in person. All right, let's take it to the next level.
All
You
right.
think?
This is going to be so next level. Hey, everybody. My name is Ben Stringer, and I am the associate pastor at the venues, sometimes referred to as the pastor of Stoke. I'm downtown at 425, and we're actually getting ready to go in and start Thursday night's bar service. But before I do that, I wanted to invite all of you to think about donating to support the causes and the operation of the venues. Just this week, we've continued our ministry in the community. This week, we had a team of people serving at Cross Lines. Tonight, we served, about 100 people dinner right before bar church. And tomorrow, we'll have a team of people serving down at the Vet Center for breakfast on Friday morning. As our operations continue, just want to invite you to think about mailing in a donation if you can, or you can drop off a donation at the church Monday through Friday or Sunday morning if you swing by. You can always give online as well at thevenues.org/give. Never any pressure, just an invitation to think about all of that. Love you guys, and I hope you enjoy the message.
Scientists tell us that smiling is the universal language, that no matter where we go on the planet, smiling communicates kindness and love and creates a sense of peace. So today we're thinking about smiling, and Uncle Cracker introduces us to the power of the smile.
You're better than the best. Lucky just to linger in your light. Cooler than the flip side of my pillow. That's right.
notice that I'm at a dentist office today. I normally don't like dentist offices. Childhood fears, coming back at you. But this one's a little bit special. This is the dentist office of Doctors Nathan and Sarah Bauer, and the name of their office is 417 Smiles. I like a good dentist who can help my smile look pretty, but maybe I need something on the inside to help me smile. Well, happy holidays. Well, Philip, are you crazy? It's way too early for happy holidays. Well, maybe not. There are like a gazillion holidays throughout the year. For example, today is Crush a Can Day. So do something good for the environment today. Crush a can and take it to the recycling center. We're in a series today that we're calling Ready for a Holiday. I don't know about you, but I am ready for a holiday. And in this series, we will take a look at certain kind of different holidays that are on the calendar between now and Christmas. And from those holidays, I hope that we'll learn something that will make our lives better and make our world better. Well, October the 2nd, 2020, this Friday, is World Smile Day. World Smile Day was started in 1999 by this guy. His name is Harvey Ball, and Harvey Ball created this guy, the smiley face. In 1963, Harvey was asked to create a design that would boost the morale of the employees of an insurance company that had gone through a really difficult time. And 10 minutes after he was given that assignment, he came up with the smiley face guy, and he was paid $45 for it. That doesn't seem like too bad a pay for 10 minutes work in 1963. But then in 1971, a couple of guys who owned several Hallmark stores in Philadelphia found one of those happy face, smiley face pins in a button store. Well, they claimed it as their own. They trademarked it and made millions of dollars from it. Well, Harvey Ball just kept on smiling. Can I keep on smiling? Can you keep on smiling when things don't go well? When life is kind of like a straw. Well, how is life like a straw? Well, you'll see it in this next picture. Yeah. We all know the power of a smile. Back in 2010, Wayne State University did a study in which they looked at baseball cards of major league players from the 40s and the 50s, and they determined that the span of those players' smiles correlated with the span of their lives. For example, if the guy had a beaming smile, he would live to about 80 years old. But if the guy on the card wasn't smiling at all, the average lifespan was only 72 years of life. It's a big difference, isn't it? A British study discovered that there is as much brain activity and brain satisfaction in one smile as there are in eating 2,000 chocolate bars. That's really crazy, isn't it? I would love to be a part of that experiment. Well, every time you smile, you throw a feel-good party in your brain. And these party animals like dopamine and, serotonin and endorphins start whooping it up every time you smile. Well, let's go back to Harvey. Let's go back to the straw. How do you smile when life sucks? Let's look at Psalm chapter 42 and verse 11. Why are you in despair, O my soul, and why have you become disturbed within me? This is the language of things not going well. This is the language of a life that sucks. That word despair is the idea of being discouraged, down. The word disturbed is a word that means to be restless, in turmoil, like the churning of the waves of the ocean. That pretty much describes 2020, doesn't it? I mean, if 2020, the year 2020, were a drink, it would be that colonoscopy prep, wouldn't it? USA Today had, I believe it was their Wednesday edition. The cover story was 2020, an American nightmare. It's been quite the year, and we are just at the end of September. So, what do we do when we have a year like 2020? What do we do when we have a life sometimes like 2020? How do we smile through those kinds of circumstances? Well, I think the writer of Psalm 42, and we really don't know who that is, gives us a clue. First of all, the writer is an honest observer. 10 times in Psalm 42 and 43, the why word is asked. That's a good word. It's important to ask why. The writer was just going through a process of, why is this happening? Why am I feeling what I'm feeling? What is going on? He was going through some self-examination. He was engaging in self-talk. And the self-talk wasn't negative. He wasn't beating himself up. There was no judgment at all. He was just actually talking to himself, trying to understand. Have you ever engaged in self-talk? I do, but more times than not, unfortunately for me, my self-talk is kind of negative. Last night I was driving to a wedding rehearsal after another wedding rehearsal, and I missed my turn on Highway 65, and I had to go another 2 miles out of my way to get back to that exit that I was supposed to take. And the self-talk started. You idiot. Why were you not paying attention? Last night I was working and I spilled some wine on my computer, and I was engaging in self-talk. You are so stupid. Why would you even have wine at your computer right now? Boy, so many times my self-talk is negative. And then I began to think, I wouldn't talk to a friend that way. I wouldn't call a friend stupid. I wouldn't call a friend an idiot. But I call myself those names. So I'm thinking, why don't I treat myself as kindly as I would treat a friend? So the first lesson that I learned from Psalm 42 about how to have a smile on my face when things are going bad is to, first of all, smile at myself. Don't beat myself up. Ask some questions, but don't do it in a negative, judgmental way. I want you to notice the slogan for the World Smile Day. It's all about being kind to other people. So maybe the first step to smiling is to be kind to yourself. In Christianity, Jesus calls that love your neighbor as yourself. We have to love ourselves, love our neighbor. In Buddhism, it's called metta, M-E-T-T-A, which means loving kindness for all. So the idea of metta is that we offer loving kindness to ourselves. Then we offer loving kindness to our friends, people that we actually like. And then we offer loving kindness to other people. Even then, we offer loving kindness to our enemy. Loving kindness to all. Maybe the practice of metta is the reason Buddha is always seen as smiling. Well, then there's this part in Psalm 42:11, where the writer says that God is the help of my countenance. And that word countenance is a Hebrew word that is translated face, and it's used hundreds of times in the Hebrew scripture for the word face. And it's almost like the writer is saying, God helps my face. God helps put a smile on my face. There are something like 3,300 official emojis out there, and those there are a bunch of unofficial ones too, I guess. But these are all attempts to help us express how we feel, the expression on our face. You can even personalize your emojis, and here are some that I use. Here's Happy Phillip. Here is Philip sending a kiss to Denise. Here is a frustrated Philip. Here's an I don't know Philip. I don't know the answer to that question. We are always looking for some way to accurately express how we are feeling. And the psalmist is saying, God, in some way, you can help my face. You can help put a smile on my face while I'm going through these tough times. So how does God help put a smile on my face? I get a little bit of a clue when I go to the Sermon on the Mount. It's found in Matthew chapter 5, and then ends in chapter 7. Jesus ends that sermon with the golden rule. He begins that sermon with the Beatitudes. And those are 8 statements that Jesus gives to us about the pathway to happiness. They start with this word blessed, and that word can be translated happiness. And if you look at the Beatitudes, maybe this is how we experience happiness even in 2020. For example, Jesus says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to them." Jesus is saying happiness and a smile on your face comes from a spirit of humility, the honor of humility and the shame of pride is a value in all religions. Jesus goes on and says, "Happy are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Happy are the meek." That word means gentle. It can be a person who's very powerful, but shows a gentleness about them. Blessed are the gentle, for they will inherit the earth. It's just the opposite. We think the power grabbers will get the earth, but the gentle will. Happy are those who hunger and thirst for justice, for they will be satisfied. Happy are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Happy are the pure in heart, for they will see God. The heart is not that seat of our emotions. That heart in the language here is, it's a word that helps us understand how to discern the divine in all things. The pure in heart, the ability to see the divine in all things. And Jesus goes on to say, happy are the peacemakers, for they will be called the children of God. Like father, like son, like mother, like son, like parent, like son. We mimic our parents. We look like our parents, and God's a peace lover. God's a peacemaker. And it's only when we're making peace that we look like God, and that brings happiness. And then happy are those who are persecuted for justice, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to them. Denise made an observation the other day about smiling when we were talking about this teaching. She said, I've noticed that whenever I smile at somebody in a building, on the street, or wherever it might be, they almost always smile back. And I think that's true. Smiles are contagious, maybe even more contagious than the flu. And I think if everybody would just smile a little bit, maybe there would be more peace in the world. That's what Mother Teresa seems to think. She says, peace begins with a smile. So, this Friday, October 2nd, happy World Smile Day. But I think it's a pretty good idea to make every day a smile day. I'll see you next time.